My God. You're supposed to have your hoodie up.
Oh, my bad.
Hoodie
You
time.
should have told me that before we got on.
Sorry, not sorry. So, hi guys. It's hoodie night. Cheers.
Tanya's ready for bed.
At 7:00.
Yo. Don't stop spreading my business. Stop spreading my goddamn business.
Yo, Tanya goes to bed at 7:30 at night. 7:30. She's yelling at us because she goes to bed at 7:30 and we're trying to contact her. 7:30?
And we FaceTimed her.
7:30 and get mad at us because she's asleep.
Oh my God. That's a good one. Look at her face. Hi, boo. How you doing? Rested? Or is it getting close to that time? Time to go to bed.
Okay, thank you. It's almost time to go to bed. So let's bang this out so I can go lay in my bed and relax myself on a Friday night.
I'm really honestly, I'm just over this whole. I don't care. I don't.
All right. Wait. Before we start, I gotta start with a hot ass topic.
What?
So
spit it out.
Am I the only one that watched the Monique interview with Club Shay Shay? Club Shay Shay. Monique.
I don't like her. That's just my opinion.
You guys don't?
No. I don't like her.
This is my thing with Monique. I'm gonna let you have. This is my only thing. I get a lot of what she's saying, but I heard somebody today say this: if people don't trust you and they don't like you, they will not work with you. And at this point of the game, at this stage of the game, for her, no one can trust her. And she comes off as very unlikable. So who is going to back you as far as money is concerned? And as far as for like everybody, like she's so right and blah, blah, and jumping on her bandwagon, are you going to pay the money to see her? The real money. Her.
She announced today she is going on tour with
Cat Williams.
Yes.
Right. So they're paying the money to see Cat Williams. So she's lucky there. But can she hold a show on her own? Like she says that she can, or that, you know, her thing say that she is. I don't think so.
Did you laugh at anything in the whole interview with her, Tanya?
I didn't really laugh per se.
She's a comedian.
I know she's a comedian, but here's the thing. Something she said, I was like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. Like, again, I'm not in this business. You know what I mean? So I'm just going off of what I'm seeing and what I'm watching. My thing with her is, again, I don't know how the rules apply. If you make a movie and you act in a movie, like, I don't know the rules. Like, once the movie is made, once I've acted in this movie, and now it's or a TV show, and now it's time to promote it.
That's part of it.
It's in the contract.
It's in the contract.
It's in the contract. All right. So in the contract, is there monies allocated to that, or is it?
That's part of your salary. That's part of what you got paid for. Part of what you got paid for. It's not extra. It's part of the movie.
I'm just asking. Listen, I don't know anything about this game called Hollywood. So I'm thinking, I'm like, when she was like,
it would behoove you to promote it if it's your movie, and the more money it makes, the better off you are.
Okay, I get that.
So why wouldn't you? I don't like her. Sorry, go ahead.
I get that. I get that. She also had the recording of Tyler Perry saying that he admitted that he basically blackballed her and was telling everybody that. And I heard it because it's been all over the internet this morning, where he basically admitted that he was telling everybody that she was difficult to work with, hence causing her to lose money, whatever. So I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, Cat Williams opened up the floodgates. I'm not taking sides here. I'm just trying to be a devil's advocate because I'm like, if this woman was shorted out of money, then she's well within her right to complain and be like, give me my
Shorted out of money. First of all, the mere fact that she talked about the whole Kevin Hart scenario where she was down on her luck and he gave her money. He gave her money to set her as a friend, this, that, and the other. And then he said, whatever. And then she got mad. She's like, oh, he's a wonderful person for giving me money. And when I need him, this and the other. And then turns right around and says, oh, but when we're supposed to be working together, his people say he didn't want to work with us. And then disparages him the second after. He just gave her, he didn't have to give her money or help her out, this, that, and the other. If he was across the board, like, look, I don't have anything to do with you. I don't care what it is. Why can't you just, well, he didn't want to work with me on this. There's a reason why people don't want, not one, but two, but many people don't want to work with you because you seem to be, from what I can see, difficult. Or go from one end of being like, oh, everything's great. And then as soon as something doesn't go your way, you turn right around and like, no. I don't like people who do that. They'll give praise. They say, oh, he's a wonderful this, that, and the other, and then turn around. Cat Williams didn't do that. Cat Williams was like, this, and this. This is my opinion. He wasn't like, oh, I love Steve Harvey, and he's the greatest ever. No, he said straight out, I don't like this, or I don't like how he did this. I don't like how he did this. She seems to have a way of, I didn't like the way she said about the Kevin Hart thing. If his people said you should not work with this woman, even though you're friends, this and the other, that's his prerogative. Then have her do her own thing. Have her do her own production company if she wants to do it and not ride on his coattails. He gave you money. She's down on her luck and he's like, here's it. He cut her a check. That's, to me, a true friendship. And then she gets mad over he's not going to put her on something or produce something with her. Then go find someone else to produce something with. It's not his obligation to work with you. It's not.
I agree with you. But she did pay. She claims she paid him back,
right,
with interest, and then she made it clear that, or she stated that he was like, "Let's do something. Whatever you want, let me know. I got you. I'll back it. We'll work on this together." So the thing that bothers me the most is that, since the whole Cat Williams thing, it's like, I don't like the fact that we as a people are going tit for tat over this nonsense. It's disturbing to me, and especially in the month of February, because
Judge Mathis spoke on it too. Judge Mathis was like, Judge Mathis.
I don't like Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis.
I don't like him either. But what did he say?
Y'all bringing each other down.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
So, to what you're saying, I agree. But this has been going on for a long time. So it ain't February. It has been going on for like 10 years now. When did Precious come out? I forget when, because that's when it kind of
over 10 years ago.
Yeah, so that's like almost maybe 15, maybe, it's been a long time. So it's nothing new. So, and we've been hearing the same gripe every time. Now, for her and the Kevin Hart thing, I'm like, I think that he gave her money. He said, let's do something together. And then he said, no. There's a piece missing that she's not telling. I feel like, Monique is always I have to tell my babies, and this is my truth, and I'm standing on my truth. You never hear the other side of the tale. He was willing to help her. So something happened where he felt like, you know what, I'm not. And that might go back to her burning bridges. I mean, she has come out with fucking cannons just triggered at people. From that point after Precious, she might, to me, I'm like, okay, I feel like she might have a gripe or whatever, but it still is the way you go about it. And I know people keep saying, well, no, she shouldn't have to soften her voice to get a point across or whatever. No, that's not it. But there's some things that she needed to fight with her agents behind closed doors.
And there's a time to do that and a time not to do that. She's always doing that kind of stuff.
To me, it started then because she had a very good career. She had her own TV show. I mean, she was doing the comedy shows or whatever, but it was like right after Precious. And and I get it. Maybe she felt like once she won her Oscar, like I should have X, Y, and Z, and she should. But we know that Black women, once they get an Oscar or they win, big accolades for a movie or whatever, it doesn't necessarily translate to millions of dollars for them. And that's unfortunate. And she should fight that part. But I don't like Tyler Perry. I don't like his movies and stuff that much. But when he says that, he wants to pay the people that work for him what they should be paid, then he should have paid her what she should have been paid based on, her earnings. But he, later on.
For Precious?
Yeah. He has come out and said, but she hadn't won the Oscar yet. She hadn't won the Oscar yet.
Then don't, it's not enough money, then don't take the film.
But I'm thinking, no, I think when Precious came out, it was different. They were all placing a bet on the movie. So I don't think it was the money per se at that time. But then when it did start blowing up and they saw the potential, then it became like, kind of a.
You don't get more money though. You don't get more money. You don't get more money just because the movie does well. You get residuals and maybe that kind of stuff. But you don't get more money in your contract just because it does well. Your contract is your contract.
Right. But that's really not my point because I don't know that much about it. My point is that when it after she won her Oscar, that's when I feel like there was that disconnect. And then that's when she just started just tossing out grenades.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was a way that she could have done it behind closed doors with her agents, with her lawyers, talking to them directly. Now, if they lied and played in her face, then yeah, you can let that out in an interview. But also, again, it's your tone. And I know people don't like to police your tone, but you're in a business where your reputation is upfront to people. And so if you just blow and burn up your reputation and somebody can say, oh, it's difficult to work with her, all they got to do is look at you on an interview and be like, damn, she does seem really difficult. So some of it is self-inflicted.
She complained about not getting paid as much for her stand-up things as other people. Who's going to watch Netflix to watch Monique? I am not going to go say, oh my God, Monique has a new comedy special out. I'm not going to do that. So I understand why they wouldn't pay her as much to host.
I think Netflix was wrong not to offer her more money than what they did, though.
Then say no.
Because again,
then
just
say
like
no.
I would like to see what the Amy Schumer numbers were because she specifically talked about her. Because Amy Schumer is a shit comic.
She ain't funny.
She is, and she gets paid.
I digress. Have you seen her TV show was fucking funny?
Nope.
And won an Emmy.
Which one?
Her TV show.
I tried watching it.
I've seen it on Hulu.
I like it.
I like it. Amy Schumer to me is just not funny, and it is what it is.
And wait, can I say something too?
I respect
something too about Amy Schumer?
But
One other thing about Amy Schumer, the shit that she's allowed to get away with her mouth and her nasty ass tweets, no person of color could get away with that. And
None.
we see that now because people have been fired from jobs. That girl, been fired from jobs for speaking out on certain social issues. And this whole over here is out here showing out pictures of dead Palestinian children and giving a fucking thumbs up. No, she's fine. You know what? That's on another whole tangent. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to stick.
I'm with you on that.
I'm going to stick to Monique. I feel like it was a disrespect. What did they offer her? Something like $350,000. How much?
$500,000.
It was 500,000.
Yes. Yeah.
I think they could have did better.
And you're right, because they said she received Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock got 20 million, and they received Amy Schumer received 13 million.
Who? Yeah. Amy Schumer?
13 million.
Yeah, I mean, they could have did better. I mean, even if they did maybe a solid 3, it would have been a little bit more respect. I mean, she has a fan base, at least. They would definitely watch it. She has a strong fan. Well, she definitely did at that time, and it was a disrespect.
Amy Schumer sold out Madison Square Garden twice and had a big movie over the summer.
Yeah, but again, just because Amy Schumer has a big movie, it's the way Amy Schumer is promoted against the way a Taraji movie is promoted is completely different.
I understand, but there are more even people in general. There are more white folks than there are black folks who are watching that stuff. So, I mean, I don't know.
Again, right? And that's what I'm saying, like with Monique now, like she has burned so many bridges and everybody's like, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Are you really going to pay the money that's going to show Netflix? Oh, she definitely should at least get 10 million or $5 million, not this, 500,000 we paid. So as her fans, they need to put their money where their mouth is too, and then go out and pay for her. But again, over the last few years, she has offered very little in comedy, and all she's offered, in my opinion, is gripes and anger consistently.
And that is the same thing. Listen, let's not throw Monique under the bus with that. It's the same thing that Chris Rock has been doing and getting paid millions of dollars to do. Get on stage and complain and gripe and throw in a couple of little, funny tidbits. Same thing as Dave Chappelle. Let me finish. Same thing as Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's comedy series on Netflix, and I love me some Dave Chappelle.
But that's the comedy series. I'm talking about she's going on all these interviews and doing all these presses, and she's burning up Hollywood that she wants to get back to. They are on stage getting paid for those gripes. She's not.
What do you mean get paid for the gripe?
Because I don't feel it's griping. I feel that's part of their show. I'm just saying she doesn't have a platform of comedy.
She's not as funny.
Right? No.
She's not as funny as Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock.
I don't think so.
She's not as funny as them.
But she hasn't done it. What comedy, what has she offered in the last 10 years other than these I'm pissed off interviews?
Exactly. So why is she worth $13 million?
That's now. I'm talking about like a few years ago.
Then now I don't care what.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She has started systematically burning up her bridges. She could have had a conversation with Netflix and her lawyers behind closed doors instead of just coming right out and blurting out whatever came out of her mouth. And I'm not saying I totally disagree with her arguments. Just do it better. Play fucking chess. Don't be out here on the street shooting fucking marbles because you're not winning. No, you're not winning anything.
Yeah,
She's not winning.
But and then here's the thing I don't understand is I don't know. I'm just feeling a little discombobulated.
It was the opening offer. Was a low opening offer of $500,000.
Hold on, let me get my shit together. You got a Dave Chappelle, who I fucking love. You got a Chris Rock, who I like equally. That they are getting paid millions of dollars to go on the platforms such as, i.e., HBO, Netflix, and they spew their satire, which is kind of like politically incorrect, but people love it. Like me, I love it. So why can't Monique do the same thing? I don't
She
understand.
wasn't doing that. She wasn't doing that.
The
She was going on interviews saying, these people are not paying me. This person sucks. This person is not who you think he is. This person is this and that. This is not about her getting on
The
stage.
offer made to Monique was merely an opening offer for which there was an expectation, both Netflix and Monique, of continuing negotiations, likely leading to increased compensation being offered to Monique. Once Monique engaged in protected conduct by protesting the discriminatory offer, Netflix shut down any further negotiations and refused to negotiate in good faith consistently with standard practices. So once it was in good faith to negotiate more from that, even if it was a low opening offer, why would they pay her more if she's not even willing to even talk about any or raise the compensation level on her or take something? But I don't know.
I think my thing is
she's not worth that much.
I think for me, in watching her interview, it's like, why am I going to work for free? I don't know this game. Chris, you can explain it more than us. I'm thinking of, that's why I asked you earlier, how does this work? If I'm cast in a movie like a Beloved or a Precious, and I act in it, and once the movie's made, like, is the promotion added to my contract, or is that an extra thing?
It's part of the movie. Part of your contract is promoting the movie. It's doing the movie and promoting the movie. That's why you go on all these things. It's all part of your contract is to promote the movie.
So so having said that, so if let's just hypothetically say I'm Monique, or I'm any actor, or you, or whatever, and I get offered this role, and it's a great ass role on a great ass movie, like it's my expectation that my attorney and my agent is going to factor in what I'm getting paid to be in this movie. I'm also going to you're going to factor in the salary for me to promote this.
No, it's correct. Part of the whole thing.
Why are we talking about something that happened 15 years ago or 15 or 20? When did Precious come out? Because
then why wouldn't you leverage it against Amazon or someone else to say, you know what? Forget you, Netflix. I'm going to go over here and get more money. No one else wanted her. There's a reason for that.
No, they didn't want her because the way she went about. But let me ask Tanya a question. I'm not understanding why you're bringing up the promotion of Precious.
I mean, the promotion of Beloved. Oh, not Beloved. She wasn't in Beloved, but Precious. I'm just asking. I was just asking a question, like, how does that?
Was that part of her interview with what's his name? Was Shay? I know it was Club Shay, but I don't know his name. Sheldon.
Shannon.
Yeah. So was that part of her interview? Because I haven't heard her talk much about that recently. I've heard other things. I mean, like, but
yes,
I know she can't be still striking about that.
That was part of the Club Shay Shannon Sharp interview that just went viral. Yeah. And she pretty much she made it very clear. She's like, I made this movie. She's like, and then Tyler Perry, Precious, whatever the fuck. She's like, Tyler Perry and Oprah, or whoever, and Oprah and whoever else was the executive producers of the movie, wanted her to, I think it was, what's that other guy? I forgot the other guy's name. Anyway, not my monkey, not my circus. They wanted her to promote the film. They were like, go out and promote the film.
To promote the film.
You have to promote the film.
Well, I get that. But hence was my question. Like, is there a separate contract?
No. There's not a separate contract. And why wouldn't you promote the film if you want to do the film well? The more that you promote the film, the better it's going to do, the more money you can get in the end. By the way, when Wanda Sykes was offered her $250,000, an offer she rejected. Sykes eventually agreed to a special because they moved that comma. So obviously, Wanda Sykes had a way or more popular than Monique, or played the game the right way if she still did it. And I don't hear Wanda Sykes really complaining about, and has done more Netflix comedies since that time.
But so you know what Wanda Sykes is not doing? Shitting on people every time she opens her mouth.
Exactly.
And I get it. And Precious came out in 2009. And she's saying that after that, she's blaming Tyler Perry and Oprah for messing up her money. And maybe they did to a point. I don't know. But I do know that her going out and attacking everybody for the last 15 years has not helped her career. So it's not gotten her to where she wants to be. So she might have legitimate gripes, but she's, in my opinion, she should have started in the back room first and then maybe came to the front. But even still, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you.
And by the way, they settled the lawsuit. So she got some kind of money and didn't even fucking do the show. So they settled the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember she did get money for it. But and look at, and I'm glad you brought up Wanda Sykes. I mean, but Wanda Sykes can go to big auditoriums in not the Chitlin circuit, big auditoriums and sell out. She's here in Rhode Island, and it's not one of the bigger ones, but I'm telling you, it's sold out in 2 days. I couldn't even get a damn ticket. Monique, I don't know what her numbers look like going to a Madison Square Garden, because you can't compare her to Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock, because they sell out those places. So she is not on that level. She deserved more than 500,000 in my opinion, because she had TV shows, she had a good movie, but she blew herself up. And that was before the offer from Netflix. She blew herself up in 2010 when she started those interviews against Tyler Perry and Oprah, and maybe they had something to do with it, but she didn't handle it the right way. And then another thing with her, she has gotten angrier and angrier and angrier every year, but it hasn't helped her.
Yeah, she also brought up when she was on the Parkers, and
that's a good funny show.
Listen to me, I totally forgot, because back in the day I was a Moesha girl. I was watching Moesha back in the day. I totally forgot that the Parkers was
that's something. She had her own show,
and again, it just comes to fruition of, you got the wrong people in your camp. Because she was talking to Shannon Sharpe about it, and she was like, when I was doing the Parkers, they would her people were telling her, you need to get to syndication,
and she did.
And they were like, once you get to, but they were telling her this, but not telling her that once you get to syndication, then you need to be like added as, and I watch this on TV shows that I watch, like Law and Order, the Law and Orders of the world that have been out here forever. And now I see like the Mariska Hargitay's and Ice-T's and Christopher Maloney's that are now starring, and now they are the executive producers on it. And if you haven't watched I know it's 2 hours and 55 minutes, but legit watch that shit. Because she talks a lot of nonsense, but she also talks a lot of facts. And she's like, she had acknowledged that she didn't have the right people around her, that they were like, the studios were like, just get the syndication with the Parkers. And then you're gonna make, like, once you get into syndication, you're gonna make between $2 and $3 million a year. And she's like, myself, nor I forgot the young lady that played her daughter.
I forget her name too.
I can't remember her name.
Something.
Yeah, I can't remember. Her. What did you say?
It was Candace something. I can't remember her full name.
I can't remember her name. But neither one of them made any money off of that. And she was like, the Parkers, literally in syndication, still to this day, have made upwards of $800 million. And for me, I'm like, how would you not?
I don't know about the Parkers making $800 million.
That's what she said. I don't care if it's 800.
I don't believe that.
I don't care if it's 800. I don't care if it's well, because you also have to look at it if it was on BET or TV One or whatever. It potentially could have.
No, it's not making $800 million. The Parkers, I don't think I've ever seen a fucking Parkers episode, maybe once or twice, but it ain't making nobody's $800 million. Otherwise, not only black people would be watching it, everybody would be watching it, like Seinfeld, like all those other syndicated shows. So even if the Parkers it may have been a good show, but it wasn't Monique why people were watching the show, maybe. I don't know. I just don't think she's worth it.
She was funny. I mean, the Parkers, I watched the Parkers.
Yeah, but
I watched it every week.
The show was good, but people can have a good show. I mean,
and I watched the reruns.
Okay, well then you.
But I don't know. I don't know how
$500 million.
But if she had the point, I think she's just trying. What Tanya was saying is that, however much money they were making from syndication, is she not getting any of it?
None.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, in her contract, and she should have negotiated. If she was such a big star, then you negotiate that in your contract.
I get that.
Otherwise, you're just an employee of that thing, and you get residuals. But until you get part of that show, that's when you get the money. So she didn't negotiate.
She never got executive producer.
She never got anything because she made it very clear that she was like, I got into this business. She's like, she didn't know anything. She had her little manager or her little agent or whatever before her husband came along. And she was like,
and blew shit up for her.
I didn't know that I should be like executive producer, or she's like, all I had been told was to let's get to syndication and then you're going to make all this money. She's like, and once we got to syndication, she's like, I didn't have the wherewithal. She's like, I was just an actor. She's like, I didn't have the wherewithal to be like, so we're in syndication now. Where's my money? What's going to happen? What do I need to do? And I'm saying, I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, and I'm saying to myself, you're an adult. Like,
yeah.
I'm saying to myself, I gotta give her that. Like, you're an adult. As if I want to be an actor, it's not just Hollywood and it's not just acting. It's just work in general. Because I know I fucking work. You fucking work, Shahida. Chris, you work. I already know. Motherfucker, you want extra out of me? We're gonna have to have a negotiation. And I already know if I'm an actor and somebody says to me, like, my brain cell is going to work, let's get to syndication. All right, now I've been told we're in syndication. My brain cell is going to be like, hey, attorney man or woman, an agent man or woman, fucking figure it out. I'm not going to wait for someone. When it comes to my money, I'm not going to wait for an agent or an attorney or whoever in this world is going to come to me and say, okay, Tanya, we got this, that. No, I'm coming to y'all motherfuckers first and be like, look at here, we're in syndication, attorney, agent, manager, figure it out.
It's on your contract. That's the whole point. If she had negotiated, you know what, I'm going to do the show, but I want a piece of it if it goes to syndication. And they say, okay, well, then you get that. But if she doesn't negotiate that because she needs the Parkers so badly and then does it and that's your success, you can maybe, for your next show that's going to be a success, yeah, maybe that can work. But she didn't have a fucking next show. What next show did she do? And another thing is, yes, she won an Oscar. Fantastic, amazing job for a dramatic role. Not because of her comedy.
Sure.
Amy Schumer had Trainwreck, which made $140 million, that movie. It was her movie. Made $140 million. She has 9 million Instagram followers, and Monique has 750, and had a show called The Parkers that if you asked a normal white person on the street, they've never seen the fucking Parkers. But if you ask someone, have you seen Trainwreck? Obviously, $140 million worth of people have seen Trainwreck. She has and sold out. She can't sell out Madison Square Garden 2 nights in a row. If that were the case, and Monique was such a huge star that deserves all this money, she'd be like Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock or Ellen DeGeneres, someone who's bringing extra people in, and people don't necessarily like Monique.
Now let me ask a question, because going back to what you said, Tanya, when they told her, oh, things should go into syndication and X, Y, and Z. My thing is, I get what she says when she says, I didn't know, right? She's new to this business. That's a legal side that she might not know, right? But this is where mentors come in. This is where alliances with other actors come in, because then you needed to be not just teeing about, what jewelry you have, what car you have, what house you just bought. You needed to be asking a mentor, some other actors, people on your level, what should I be doing next to set myself up? Every career that I know of that have ever been in, there's always been a mentor that can help guide you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what she needed to have at one point, because I get what she's saying when she didn't know, but that's what you have to seek out. And then now you're in the position as you've gone through all of that. Are you teaching the people behind you, or are you just shitting on everybody? She could do something better. She can do something better.
I agree. And that's why I wanted to bring this up, because Chris, Shahida and I are not in this business. We don't know any better. We're just going off of
what. But I'm a podcaster, and I need to say what I want to say, even if I don't know.
Oh, no, I agree. and I'll say, and agree. I say what I want to say, and I have our opinions. But at the end of the day, Chris, you're the professional. This is your expertise. So I'm like, how does this work? And I got another question. Before we get into Married at First Sight, I have another question. But before that, I just need to know, how, when you have, if I get offered a role in a movie or a sitcom that's a recurring role, or a whole ass movie where I'm like a main character, it's like, how does that work? Do we sit down as the actor and the agent and the manager with the studio, and there is the conversation had, this is what Chris or Tanya or Shahida's about to be paid, and with that, they're going to do this film or they're going to do this show, and after that, obviously, we know there's promotions. You got to go on Good Morning America, the Today Show, and do the whole nine, the whole most. Is that fee factored into your salary, like what you make for the whole movie?
You sign a contract to and everything is negotiated beforehand. Everything is negotiated beforehand. So you can't say, "Oh, well, I want more money now." No, you should have negotiated that in the first place. That's like when Keanu Reeves says, "You know what? I don't want a salary. Just give me the back end. That's all I want." Oh, you're not going to take it? No, just give me the back end. And he's made what, $200 million on The Matrix?
Yeah.
As opposed to him making, $60 million, whatever. He made $200 million on it because at the beginning he said, "You know what? This is what I'm going to negotiate. I have so much faith in myself and the project I'm going to do." And then but that's all.
He also had a good advisor, because I don't think he just came up with that on his own. He had good people around him. She didn't have anything like that.
Whose problem? Whose fault is that?
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying he had sense enough to get good people behind him. She needed to be able to seek out people for herself, even if her lawyer and her agent were shit. Other actors, she should have sought out other actors and say, "Oh, this is X, Y, and Z." You see other people going to the next level, you call them up and you ask them, "How'd you get there?"
But I can see why she wouldn't do that, because
this will put it to bed. Louis C.K. got blackballed, got banned, and this, that, and the other. You know what he did? He put his own money into it. In 2015, he offered his latest special for $5. In 2 days, if he's such a great comedian, in 2 days, he made $4.5 million in less than 2 days by selling his streaming special straight to fans. Monique, you don't need the $500,000 from Netflix. If you're such a powerhouse and so funny and everybody wants to see you, why don't you put your money where your mouth is, whatever money that you have that you got from the Parkers or the success of that, and then make your own thing. He offered it for $5 million and made $4.5 million in less than 2 days.
Yeah.
Then don't, if you want, Netflix, you're not gonna pay me? Watch what I do. Watch what I do. Louis C.K. is like, no one's trying to have me do anything. Let me just put my own stuff out.
Yeah.
Then why are you blaming other people for, well, you're not giving me that? Then make it yourself. Then you don't have to worry about anybody saying, "Oh, well, you wouldn't do this, and why aren't you putting me in that?" Then do it yourself.
And see, now I think her ego is just so big.
Bankable. If you're so bankable, if you're so money, if everybody wants to see you, and you should have been that, do it yourself. That's what Louis C.K. did.
Yeah. No,
and all those fans that are hooing her up, are they gonna pay that money?
Exactly.
No, I agree. And that's why I wanted to bring this up, because I just had so many questions after watching the interview. And I was like, oh my God. Well, goddamn. Well, Jesus Christ. But listen, I wish her well, and I hope that she does well. And yeah, here we are. Anyway. On a new note, let's get off of Monique and talk about Married at First Sight.
Can you still pause this?
Huh? Hold on.
I said, can you still pause it?
Hold on. Yes, I can. Wait your mouth. Hold your mouth. And now I'm going to have to go back and cut this out. So, Chris, what were you fitting to say?
I was saying, look, if she's such a huge star and they can do all the things that she's what she's worth. Louis C.K. decided to do it on his own and put his own stuff out and invested $170,000 into his thing, and then put it on for $5 per person on his own website, and he made millions from that. That's how he made his money.
How much did you say he made in 2 days? 4 point.
Now he made $1 million within the first. $1 million over the first for the first part, and then eventually I think it made $2.5 million, something like that. Within 4 days, it made $500,000, pocketing $250 in profit. And then the number doubled in the next 8 days by bringing it to $1 million, and then, but he did it himself. So if you can bypass the middle middleman. And if she's so
And she has the resources.
then do it. Then you don't have to blame anybody. If you are if you say, "Oh, I don't want $500 million," that's an insult. Okay, then say no and go and do your own thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, I'm tired of her bitching about everybody. Oh, Kevin Hart didn't put me on here. Tyler Perry didn't put me on here. Steve Harvey did. Then cut out the. If you're so great and so funny and everybody and you say everybody wants to see me, I'm an established. Then do your own thing and make your own money that way. That's all I'm saying. Louis C.K. did it. He was a successful comedian, and he has more. I would imagine he has more fans than Monique. If he doesn't have more fans than Monique, then fine. He still did it. Then you do it, and you don't have to blame anybody. You don't have to say, "Oh, so and so didn't put me on." Then do it yourself, honey. Baby, do it yourself, baby.
She sounds so condescending when she does that to me. I know people love him.
My babies,
my little babies.
Do it yourself, baby. Do it yourself.
But good luck to Monique. Seriously, I hope she finds the peace, the money, whatever it is that she needs to be happy. Because all of this does not seem to be happiness to me. But she looks good.
Oh yeah, she looks good in her hair.
I love the gray hair. She looks good.
She looks good.
To her.
I just want. Listen. I look forward to seeing how this plays out, and I wish the best for her. I want her to be successful. Same that I said with Cat Williams. I want him to be successful, even though they both got gripes and whatever. But I'm just curious to see how this plays out. And I'm curious to see who the next. Listen, they come in threes like death. I'm just waiting to see who the third motherfucker is about to show up on the couch of Club Shay Shay. And
I am getting tired of the constant pointing at each other. I mean, it's getting a little. It was funny at first, but now it's just getting to be too much.
It's too much. Yeah, it is too much.
Ridiculous.
All right. Well, we love you guys. So
I know that was a lot.
That was a lot.
But until the next time.
We'll holla back. Here we go. We'll see you next week.